Testing. Camera audio. Camera audio.
Good afternoon. If our speakers could come, find a seat up here, that'd be perfect. Stacy Shepard, I saw you. I know you're here. Janie, Alex. So I know it's warm, and I appreciate the everybody kind of grabbing a chair out of the sun and moving it back into the shade. So this is an amazing day, and we're so glad that you could all be here for this. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Thomas Newsom. I'm the 21st president of Southeastern Oklahoma State University, and I'd like to welcome you to the campus of 1,000 Magnolias and the Legacy Plaza as we officially dedicate the two brothers. This is truly a great day to be in Durant and a great day to be at Southeastern Oklahoma State University. As we begin this ceremony, I'd like to call to the podium Stacy Shepard, a 1980 and 87 graduate of Southeastern and a 2022 recipient of the Southeastern Oklahoma State University Distinguished Alumni Award. Mrs. Shepard currently serves as the Executive Officer of Member Services with the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma and serves on the Simple Family Museum Board of Visitors. I invite Stacy to the podium to deliver the invocation.
Thank you, President Newsom. Would you all bow your heads with me as we word? Father, I just want to first of all thank you for this day and just seeing the beauty of this season. It shows us your order of your ways. And Father, we just thank you for the talent, Janie's talent that is on display today. Many years of thought and preparation for this, and it just represents, Father, the unity, the brotherhood, and history of these great tribal nations. Father, oh, that the world could know this story of brotherhood and unity, that they would learn from it, they would live by it. Father, thank you for the leadership of this great educational institution and the impact that it continues to make in this world on so many people's lives. We pray for your continued guidance and wisdom as we walk into the future each and every day. I pray that you keep everyone safe this weekend as we celebrate the homecoming of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. I pray these things in the powerful name of Jesus. Amen.
Thank you, Stacy. We gather here today at the Legacy Plaza, and it has been made possible by support for so many people who are here today and their gifts to the university that have been either memorialized on the wall with black or in a brick around this sculpture. I'd like to point out just a few of those specifically this afternoon. First, our Schuler donors, and those are groups or people who have given $20,000 or more for this project, and that is the Butch and Carolyn Arnett family. I don't know if Butch and Carolyn are with us today, but Butch and Carolyn Arnett, big supporters of this project, and the Durant Tourism Economic Development Authority, and we'll recognize those members here in a few minutes. And then our Magnolia donors, and those are those who have given gifts of between $5,000 and $20,000, and that's Leslie Cotton, Tom Cotton, William and Pamela Ferendorf, and Lee Lipscomb. Thank you to all of those who have made this project possible, and if you're interested in supporting it, you can find out more information at www.selegacy.org. So thank you to all those who have supported this project with their gifts of their time, their energy, and their finances. Thank you. This time I'd also like to recognize some special folks who are with us today, and that is from our state legislator's office, Representative Cody Maynard. From the Oklahoma State Regents of Higher Education, Chancellor Allison Garrett. From the Regional University System of Oklahoma, Regent Amy Ann Ford. Regent Susan Winchester. Regent Chris Vandenhend. Regent Lake Carpenter. Regent Chuck Perry. Regent Connie Riley. Regent Jane McDermott, Regent Thomas Kupik, and our CEO, Brandon Tatum. From Dewberry Architectural Firm, who were the chief architects of the Legacy Plaza, Nathan Sauber and Megan Farley. From the City of Durant, Mayor Martin Tucker, Mike Similescu, Vice Mayor, City Manager Pam Polk, Humphrey Miller, council member, Lauren Fuller, council member, and Danny Shearer, council member. From our Durant Tourism Economic Development Authority, Danny Shearer, Jim Thorpe, who's a trustee, Janet Reed, trustee and executive of Commerce, Kara Kuykendall, trustee, James Dry, trustee and tribal council member, and Beth Alexander, Chickasaw Legislative District. We're glad to have them here from the two tribes, and we're also glad to have former spouse of former Chief Pyle, Patty Pyle. So Patty Pyle's here with us. Patty, where are you at? Thank you for being here, Patty. We also are joined by the artist's brother and the chair of the Simple Family Museum Board of Advisors, Mr. Frank Simple. Frank, are you here? I'm sure he's in the crowd. There he is. Thank you, Frank. And then I want to recognize a special group, and some of them couldn't make it, but a few of them are here, and that is when this project started 2 years ago, and I went and sat down with Governor Anatubby and Chief Batten, and we presented this idea of putting this sculpture on our campus and telling this story to both of them. They accepted it very gracefully and gave me permission to do this. And that's really all I was asking for at that time, other than that they would help us make sure that we got the story right. And so at that time they helped us put together a group of 6 people who served as the sculpture committee, who would make sure that they gave Janie the right information she needed and counsel in order for her to not only produce something as amazing as she has produced, but also to be historically correct. And those members from the Chickasaw Nation are Brent Greenwood, LaDonna Brown, and Joshua Henson. Jack Austin. Thank you, Assistant Chief, for being here as well. Everything we do in terms of raising funds through the Legacy Fund and the Southeastern Foundation is for our students. We've had a record enrollment once again this fall. In fact, we reported enrollment this morning at 6,013 students at Southeastern. One thing about the Legacy Plaza project is that a portion of all the gifts received for this plaza go to a special fund for Legacy scholarships. Scholarships for any that are children or grandchildren of Southeastern graduates. I'm proud to say that this fall, in the initial year of this scholarship, the Legacy Fund was able to provide scholarships to 39 freshmen at Southeastern. That's 100% of the freshman student body who designated themselves as Legacy students. Our Student Government Association has also been exceptionally involved in this project, and I'd like to invite Student Senator Alexander Robinson, who will present a proclamation from the Student Government Association. Alex.
Halito. Sahachifo Yut Alex Robinson, Bokchito, Oklahoma, Amitili, and Chutta Elifinanchi Li. In translation, hello, my name is Alex Robinson. I'm from Bokchito, Oklahoma, and I'm Choctaw proud. It is my honor to stand before you all on behalf of the 104th Legislature of the Student Government Association of Southeastern Oklahoma State University and present a proclamation that was unanimously passed on September 19th, 2024 for this very occasion. It reads as follows. A proclamation commemorating the historic connection between the Chickasaw and Choctaw nations and celebrating the efforts of Southeastern alumna Jane Simple Umstead. Whereas we recognize and honor the historic connection between the Chickasaw and Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, which started many years before their in fact, the two sovereign nations have since united and worked in unison for many years to better the university, communities, state, and our world. Whereas we commend distinguished alumna Jane Simple Umstead for her efforts in creating the astounding piece of art that illustrates the connection between the two nations while honoring the historical cultural practice of native pottery and its symbolic use of earth, water, air, and fire. Whereas we express gratitude to Jane Simple Umstead for continuous at various levels, such as being appointed by the White House for the Institute of American Indian Arts, being inducted into the Oklahoma Women's Hall of Fame, and for proving what possibilities lie ahead for dedicated individuals who graduate from Southeastern Oklahoma State University. Therefore, be it resolved by the Student Government Association that the dedication of this statue on the historic Morrison Lawn symbolize the lasting partnerships between these two sovereign nations and the university, and today, Friday, October 4th, 2024, be known as Itibapishi Tukulonatauk, also known as Two Brothers Day, on the campus of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. Yako Ki.
Boy, that was almost a drop the mic moment right there. Pretty perfect. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, our students, and their amazing support for their university. Also this week, in addition to our homecoming festivities, Legacy Speaker Series, and Distinguished Alumni Awards tonight, we've had the pleasure of hosting the meeting of our governing board, the Regional University System of Oklahoma Regions. I'd like to now invite to the podium the Russo Board Chair, Jane McDermott, to deliver remarks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Newsom. It has been a wonderful couple days for us to might be able to witness the most, well, maybe the busiest time of the year for Southeastern Oklahoma State University. What a wonderful student, Alexander. Man, you are just awesome. Thank you for your remarks. The Regional University System of Oklahoma is the largest university system in our great state, and we're proud of the many ways to succeed while their college studies help prepare them for the future workforce of Oklahoma. Southeastern, as just referenced in that wonderful announcement of enrollment, is the fastest growing institution in our system, and we're so proud not only of Dr. Newsom but all of you that are responsible for those great numbers. It's easy to talk about success. Our entire system is having some of them. We're so proud of you, and we're proud to be here today. We're so proud of you, and we're proud to be here today. The many strengths of a multi-system campuses, we have 6 regional university systems in Oklahoma, is the ability to collaborate together, to move things forward, to become partners in progress for our great state of Oklahoma. This is very similar today to the great collaboration between the 2 sovereign nations behind me. Governor, thank you seems like kind of a small word to say what really we feel within our heart when we think about all they have done and will do for the students in our system in the great state of Oklahoma. So thank you so much. So speaking on the behalf of our board, I want to thank the regents that are here with me today. I want to thank the Chancellor of Oklahoma for also being here today. Thank you. I'd like to say again, we are so proud. We're so proud of Southeastern, and we're so proud of the collaboration between our nations to help further the advancement of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. The advancement of Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Regent McDermott, the project that you see before you is a culmination of at least 2 years of concerted efforts between Southeastern Oklahoma State University, the Chickasaw Nation, and the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma to put forth a visual representation of our collaboration and mutual interest in success of students here on campus. But even with numerous meetings and efforts for historical accuracy, there's no way this project turns out as perfect as it is without the right artist. I'd like to personally thank my good friend, Janie Simple Umstead, a 1989 graduate of Southeastern, for her care and dedication to this project. Her attention to detail and work on this project has been amazing, and I'd like to now invite her to the podium to make remarks. Janie.
Well, hello to everyone. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed that you're here. You are so much a part of what we're doing today. We've got family here, many close friends, many alumni, people that I haven't seen, Jane McDermott, in years, and of course our great tribes of Chickasaw tribe. Every time I'm around Chief Batten and Governor Anatubby, I'm in awe, and I thank them so much for what they've done. They've done for me personally that was not something that you can put your finger on exactly. It's just that they have been my inspiration from afar, and how leaders can affect someone like me, an artist. I mean, and I appreciate you so much, because President Newsom and Governor Anatubby and Chief Batten have given me something that was very important to artists, and that is opportunity. I was born and raised in Durant, right down there, 4 blocks from here. And my brother and I spent lots and lots and lots of growing up years right here on this campus. And so the fact that this is happening right here, right now, to me at 77 years old, is overwhelming to me. Overwhelming. It is, I don't know, say it in words, so here's my art. I can say it in my artistic endeavor. And Yoko Key, Stacy, the fact that she opened this ceremony with prayer touched my heart, and it gave me pause to realize how blessed, totally blessed I am as a person and an artist. God gave me a gift. Each of you have a gift. Each of you do. I know you do. My gift is art, and it has been. My mother was an artist, and I grew up in a very artistic family, and sometimes in my life I didn't give very much credence, and for a little while I moved off from Oklahoma, just for about 12 years at home all my life, and moved back, and the Choctaw Nation, it was very deep. Very deep. And getting involved in the Choctaw Nation through their arts. I just wanted to give back somehow and be inspired by, and that wasn't hard for me to be inspired, because I was always fascinated by Oklahoma history, and about that time, probably 40 years ago, when I did come back, I started immersing myself in our history, and picked up a book called The Rise and Fall of the Choctaw Republic. And the very first page of that book described, one believed strongly that it was standing as straight as could be, the other that it was a little bit. So the decision that it was a little bit. So the decision, this is the moment of that decision. There was conversation, there was discussion, and peacefully they decided to go their separate ways. There's one part of this story that's absolutely the truth, and that is we were one tribe historically, and it is a fact that we're 2 tribes today. But I can't think of any 2 tribes that are any closer than these 2 tribes. I cannot think of any 2 tribes that have stayed together, been more powerful and more effective together than the Choctaw and Chickasaw tribes. So we're together than the Choctaw and Chickasaw tribes. So this was about 20 years take an opportunity to present my idea right over there in that building in a meeting. They wanted something right here in this spot. It used to be a fountain. So I presented this idea in a very miniature size, and that was 20 years ago. And it's taken this long for this to come to reality. And I still believe, for me, it was a heavy burden, but it was an opportunity. It wasn't just me. It was God working through me to something that had been in my soul for so long, and I believed in so strongly that this story needed to be told, and needed to be told in 1,700 pounds of bronze that's standing right here. They'll be here longer. This will be here longer than any of these buildings. It'll be here forever. It's not going to go anywhere. It represents strength and power, and most of all, the relationship between these brothers and how it's played out all of these years later. And that was heavy on my heart about what to do. Now, what you're seeing here is a little bit, but I'm fascinated by the 16th century. What was going on in the 16th century, mostly in Alabama and Mississippi, when the tribes, before the evil Europeans came and messed them up a little bit and took some of this culture away. And so these are magnificent figures, and they represent so much, and they've been such an inspiration to me that all the time I was creating these in clay for, like Dr. Newsom said, it's two years, long years. I felt inspired by God Almighty. I mean, there wasn't any other, because I kind of knew what I wanted, and it came, and it kept coming, and it kept coming, and there's no doubt that I was inspired that way, and I am so happy that you're here on this occasion. I think it's history making for Southeastern. Southeastern is over 100 years old, and we've never had a bronze sculpture on the campus anywhere. And today we do, and you're here with me, being a part of it. And I know you're so proud to be Southeastern graduates. I know you're so proud to be Chickasaw. I know you're so proud to be Choctaw, and any other tribe that might be represented here, because we're a state of indigenous people who will go on forever. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yakoki.
We are proud, truly proud, that Bryan County is home to both the Chickasaw Nation and the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. And both nations have been supporters of Southeastern for our entire 115-year history here in Durant. These nations have sent students to our university to educate their citizens and leaders, and the success of our area and our state will certainly rely on these partners, who has become a great friend in my time here. And I'd like to especially thank Governor Bill Anatubby of the Chickasaw Nation for making time in this very busy schedule, for this is Chickasaw Festival Week. We're so grateful that he is able to join us in Durant to celebrate with us. He's the 32nd governor of the Chickasaw Nation, a position he has held since 1987. This is his 10th consecutive term in office, and he's been the leader of countless effective programs to help the Chickasaw people. Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of the Chickasaw Nation, Mr. Bill Anatubby.
Chigma. Oh, come on. Chigma. It's a little better. I'll accept it. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Mr. President. Appreciate that introduction. And I appreciate this happening. I think it's historic for us. You know, it's historic for us. You know, this legend about Chickasaw and Choctaw, they're passed down from one generation to another. And we've never seen the two brothers ever. We've heard the stories, and we've kept it alive. And that we were brothers then, we're brothers now. And we have worked together on many, many different projects. And we have each other's backs, right, Chief? Come on, Chief, say yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Let's get some enthusiasm here. I know what it is. See, I have this hat, and I can have enthusiasm. Everybody else is ready to get out of the heat. And thank you again for this special occasion. It's very important. It's monumental, actually. It's historic. And I mentioned that we passed these stories down, these legends, these accounts from one generation to another. Accounts from one generation to another. And it becomes somewhat spiritual today for us to truly. And so again, thank you for doing this. And we've had a long working relationship with Southeastern Oklahoma State University. And there's been a lot of partnerships. We've had a lot of sharing, whether it be bricks and mortar, whether it be helping with different academic programs. It's been a very close, and we will continue that relationship. This, it's Chickasaw Nation. We do believe in education. I know the same holds true for the Choctaw Nation. It's one of the things that we can do for our people that will help them to be successful in life. And to see students like we had earlier, I'm going to look at Alexander, to see a student like you come to the podium and to deliver the information to everyone and read the proclamation is heartwarming. It's important to us to see our students excel, because you excel, the tribe excels. The Choctaw Nation will excel because of you. And there are many others out there that are receiving their educations. And so it's exciting, it's inspiring, and it's a sign of a brighter future for everyone. And Chickasaw Nation is proud to count ourselves among your partners. We have partners all across the state. We're thankful for that. And what we're doing today is we're celebrating. And so that's why when I say Chukma, that means it's exciting, right? Hello, this is exciting. Deeply meaningful to us to have this work here. Jane, you have done something wonderful here. And it's wonderful for all of us. It touches the Chickasaw Nation, and I know the Choctaw Nation, very deeply. And as the two brothers in this sculpture represent our migration story, it stands as a reminder of enduring partnerships and the enduring power of our partnerships. This will be a symbol of unity, and it'll be a beacon of tribal progress for generations to come. Thank you. It's a wonderful work. Thank you to Southeastern, Mr. President, for having the idea, even though it took 20 years, okay? Now, no, this is not a joke, okay? There's something important here. It's okay to laugh, I guess, but, you know, even though it took 20 years, there are some things that you can, that's important that you wait for. We learn that in our life. We get so interested in seeing things happen right away. But this took a while, but it's important. And it is something that will go well beyond our lifetime into the lifetimes of others. And I really appreciate the work done here. And I really, Chief Batten, thank you. Thank you for joining in and supporting this. It's just one more thing that we have worked on together. And I think it's a significant thing, one that we will remember, but all the Chickasaw people and all the Choctaw people will remember. And so, once again, thank you very much. And I've got to get back to Tishomingo real quick. No, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your day, and I hope Southeastern and East Central have wonderful homecoming weekends. Thank you.
Our next speaker is a 1989 graduate of Southeastern and a 2013 recipient of the Southeastern Oklahoma State University Distinguished Alumni Award. He's one of the fiercest supporters for success of Southeastern Oklahoma State University, the city of Durant, and our region. The state-defined service area of our university matches up largely with the borders of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, and our mutual success is vital to the success of the state and the Texoma region. Chief Batten has served as the chief of the Choctaw Nation since 2014 and is in his third full term as chief. Please welcome to the podium the chief of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, Chief Gary Batten.
Well, halito. I only have a 30-minute speech now to give. No, I know everybody is getting warm, but halito and hello and greetings from the Choctaw Nation and to all of my Savage Storm fellow people. Let's give the Savage Storm a big round of applause. Yes. It is great to be here on the campus of Southeastern Oklahoma State University. It's always been a wonderful place for me and President Newsom. Thank you so very much for your leadership. And I know I was just joking with him a second ago, but I always say leadership puts things into action. It may have taken 20 years, but guess who made it happen? It's President Newsom and all of his staff and Southeastern. Let's give them a huge round of applause for what they do for us. You know, and I think about this gentleman to my right. I love this, the sculpture of the two brothers, and I truly believe that Governor Anatubby and I are brothers. I mean, yes, I am the younger brother of the two. No, I always give him a hard time. The only reason why I say that, it's not because he's older than me. It's because he's the wisest of us two. And I appreciate, I don't know if I tell him all this time, he has been such a great mentor for me. He has broken so many barriers. He has paved the way for so many of us other tribal leaders across the state of Oklahoma. And he's provided me personal guidance. And I mean, not only with just the tribal leadership, but with the family, everything else. And I appreciate Governor Anatubby and the Chickasaw Nation for what you stand for and what you do. And I truly believe we're brothers. And to me, this is not just a discussion today about past, present, but it's also about the future. And I look forward, Governor, to continue this relationship that we have. So let's give Governor Anatubby and the Chickasaw Nation a big round of applause. And I think about Janie Umstead. I tell you, there is no other person that is more wonderful than Janie Umstead. I know I guess just give her a big round of applause as well. I know I give her a hard time because in the mornings I usually see her, where's Miss Ferendorf at? But usually see her at the Wellness Center, don't we? But she has been so busy here lately. When I see her, I'm like, why aren't you at the Wellness Center? You're slacking. You know, but she has not only done this, but she's done projects for us. And she's done for the city. And she's just a wonderful lady. And I tell you, Janie, just thank you so much for making the Choctaw sculpture being better looking, taller, and more physique, right? No, I'm joking. Thank you. Let's give Janie a big round of applause. And I think about, I saw Patty earlier. I just got to just say hi to her briefly. But, you know, Patty, I think about Chief Powell today, which was a graduate of Southeastern. And, you know, he said, if you're family, you give each other a hard time. That's how you know that you like one another. And so I know I jokingly do those things, but it is in pure joke, in spirit. And I just, again, that's the reason why I'm so proud to be here today. But, you know, these two brothers do represent that we were more importantly than anything, we might be looking different directions. We have gone different directions, but we have stayed unified in spirit. You know, Governor Anatobi and myself, I think we're always about our people. We're always about our communities. We're all about our state. We're about the United States of America and the impact on the world. And you know, the old saying, the rising tide rises all ships. And that's what Governor and us have always tried to do. And so, Governor, again, and Mr. President, just thank you so much for, we want to keep that unified spirit no matter where we go or no matter what we do, whether it's here at the college or even personally. A lot of times I think that we need to remember, sometimes we get busy and we want to do all these things. You know, how many of you, even I don't mean to bring a whole lot of this, how many of you watch the debates, you know, and it's just Republican, Democrat, like, dislike, and so on. I'm so thankful that in the Choctaw and Chickasaw Nation we don't have Republican, we don't have Democrat. We just have that we're unified in spirit, trying to move everybody forward. And so let's give them a big round of applause for that as well again. You know, I think about as we came across the Trail of Tears, you know, Choctaws and Chickasaws, it was a serious toll on us. That's not a bad story. You know, I mean, it is a bad story what happened, but that's just history. We don't need to take away history. We learn from it. What to me has always been important about the Choctaws and Chickasaws is how do we come through these trials and tribulations? How do we come out on the other side? We come out stronger. We come out smarter. One of the things we did when we first came across the Trail of Tears is we, in the Choctaw Nation, we built churches and we built our schoolhouses. And so that's the reason why Southeastern Oklahoma State University, not only because I went here, but them and all the other institutions will always be important to us. We do believe it's the key to success. The last number, I don't have the 2021. I see Amanda over here. I don't remember. The last number I have is 2021, but we sent over 11,000 Choctaw students to college. That's worthy of a big round of applause. But you know, as I look to the future, I just want to make sure and say that we challenge one another. I talked about it just a little bit earlier, to make sure that we stay unified in spirit and what our goals are, what we're trying to do for our kids, for our grandkids. That's so important to us. And the legacies that we want to leave behind. A lot of times I hope that I'm just living out the vision that our ancestors set before us many, many years ago when they signed that Treaty of Dance in Rabbit Creek. And, you know, Southeastern, again, you will always be our primary part of our education system. You always have been. I don't even know how many students that we have graduated that are Choctaw from this area. And I know Governor recognized him, but Alex, I told him just earlier, not only this is the type of people that are being developed here at Southeastern through the Choctaw and Chickasaw Nation. Alex, we had one of our fellow employees that's leaving us today. He's going to, if I remember right, to Colorado to live. But Alex gave him a blanket today and did a ceremony wishing him the best as he left. That's a type of heart and education, soul and spirit that I talk about. Let's give Alex another big round of applause for that. But again, it's just an honor to be here today with everybody. I mean, the sculptures, I know I joke about them, but they are truly beautiful. We're going to stay unified in spirit and strength and resiliency as we move forward. And I appreciate just everyone being here today. Yako Ki, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Chief Batten. Your friendship and support of your university is truly appreciated. I held off on one introduction earlier because I thought it was important at this moment. And Governor Anatobi kind of stole my thunder, but there's another person in the audience that I wanted to recognize, and that is Dr. Wendell Godwin, who's the president of East Central University. And I'm so glad that Dr. Godwin is here because not only does this statue represent the collaboration and the partnership that leads to success with the two tribal nations, but I think Dr. Godwin and I with East Central University and Southeastern have that same relationship. We are very, very competitive on the fields and in the arenas, but when it comes right down to it, we just want to do what is best for the students and the citizens and the people of our region. And so, Dr. Godwin, I appreciate you being here today. Thank you, sir. I'm going to go off script for just a minute. I know it's hot and I know we're all sweating. But when we when we were started working on this project, when I got here at Southeastern, I've been here about 5 years now, and it was all part of the completion of the Simple Family Museum of Native American Art. And again, Frank Simple, thank you so much for being here, sir. Huge part of making that happen. And our mission and our vision there is really boiled down to something very simple, and that is never letting the story that art tells die. Never letting the story of that art be forgotten. And Tuesday morning, we had installed the sculpture on Monday, and a group of 20 students that I teach in a class come out to the Legacy Plaza so we could have a class photo taken. And they looked at the sculpture, they looked at the statue, and thought it was magnificent and wonderful. And I just asked them, I said, how many of you in this class know the story of these two brothers? And there's 20 students in that class. And I'll give a little bit of them a pass because they're from that place over there on the other side of the Red River. But of this 20, only 2 of them raised their hands. So I pulled out my phone and I went to Chickasaw TV and I played a video from Amanda Codd Greetham, who's a proud Southeastern graduate. I think Amanda's here. She's right here. And in her little 30-second, 40 wheels turning in their heads, you could see the curiosity that they had to learn more and the fascination that they had. And I thought for a moment, I was disappointed in that second when only 2 of them raised their hands, but I am joyous now that I could share that story with 18 others. And that is the reason why this sculpture stands here today. That is the reason why we have put so much effort in the last 20 years and in the last 2 years to make this possible. So again, I can't thank all of you enough for being here. I can't thank all of you enough for sharing in this occasion, which is historic to our university. I know it's hot, and I appreciate you weathering that heat to celebrate this with us, to celebrate this together. Thank you for being here, and go Savage Storm.
Once again, everybody, thank you for being here. We're going to take a few group pictures with the speakers and the 2 brothers here. But once they're done, we encourage all of you, please stick around, enjoy our beautiful campus, enjoy homecoming weekend. The Legacy Speaker Series on the life of Blessed Stanley Rother will be starting here in a few minutes over in Hallie McKinney. But once they're done with these pictures, please, please, please stay and take your picture. Thank you.